someone seeing them is a traveller or not.
Yeah,
Like, in all honesty,
you can tell. You can, yeah. Some travellers
I don't know if that's like not being fully educated or not being, but I personally wouldn't know. But you know, someone's black. That's the thing. Like with white people, that's why quotas exist, because there is discrimination between like.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
We're missing the point here.
Jenko
said it to the wrong person. She has said it on different live feeds, but last night she said it to the wrong person, yeah? A person from the black community. And okay, that is wrong. She has apologized multiple times, but then if you're that offended by the word orangutan, why did you not pick someone up on the actual N-word?
I was shocked. I was like, whoa, the way it rolled off the tongue, like.
Why don't you actually just take this up with Pearl personally versus doing it on live?
And Pearl has apologised. It was horrible seeing her so broken last night. I know what she said was wrong, but Jesus, it's now a witch hunt against her, and it's horrible.
That's what is wrong, because if you made a mistake, you apologize for your mistake. If you don't do it again, fine. If she was to do it again, then do something about it. But until then, shut up. She's apologized. You know.
The woman cried her eyes out last night. She couldn't apologize anymore. She was trying to explain that it's a word she uses.
We got that, and she apologized. So
and people don't realise as well, right? I'm not even a traveller, and I know travellers usually stick in the same people. They don't mix with the outside world. So Pearl's probably not had a lot of
she was trying to explain that it's a word.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is she's not had a lot of like
relationship with
like she hasn't been around a lot of black people.
Now I feel like myself before I say certain words, I've got to check who's in my boxes.
It's crazy, Tony. It's crazy. But how do people expect a traveller to have non-traveller morals? How we've got different, like the
but it's not even that.
Do you know what I mean?
Let me ask you something.
The language is different. The moral compass is different. The way we live is different. You know, it's different.
But it's about knowledge as well, because you all know faulty towers, yeah? I'm being called Manuel since I came to this country 27 years ago.
You got a beautiful accent.
That is as racist as it comes. And no one understands that for me, that is racist.
Of course, yeah.
And what I'm saying to you is...
It's the same thing, but because people haven't lived my life, they don't know. So it's the same thing with Pearl.
Sorry, Patricia, sorry, can I just... sorry. Because being Spanish is not a race, it's actually xenophobia. So if anyone goes against someone's flag, so we have like the Irish and things like that, that's not a race, that's like a country. So it's xenophobia, not racism.
And plus, you're white privileged.
Yeah, but I'm not white.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's why I came up to
just say something?
answer your question.
Sorry, can I just say something? I've just seen
ahead.
on the FYP that Laura was gloating that she wanted Pearl to fuck up and say
She
something.
laughed about it.
Yeah.
It's that
And
look
she
like
beat
someone
her.
that's actually offended.
And I seen it last
laughing
night. She
about
never let Pearl have a word in edgewise. She couldn't answer. Do you know what I mean?
Now listen, Pearl has apologised. We can understand that there's certain communities you can use the word orangutan to and not. Now we've all been educated today. The woman has apologised. She understands now that you cannot say the word orangutan or monkey to certain communities. And that's what I'm trying to say to people, yeah? She made a mistake. She owned up to it. She apologised. And it's still going on left, right and centre. Now, I don't even want to use this word because I don't even know who's in my boxes right now.
Well, you can clearly see who's in your boxes.
Life is a learning curve, Mark, yeah?
Yeah, we get that. Yeah, we get that. I understand that.
Are you perfect, Mark?
No, what he's saying is...
Mark, are you perfect?
I wouldn't say I'm perfect, but
Okay, but have you made mistakes in your life?
Oh God, yes, I've made loads.
No, 1 second. I'm talking to Mark. Mark, have you made mistakes?
Of course I have.
Okay, well, so was Pearl last night, and she's apologised on numerous times for it. So what do you want to do? Do you want blood out of her?
I completely get that, but what you're
Do you
doing
want
is
blood out of her, though?
you're
What do
just
you want from
dragging it
her?
out.
Do you want the woman to take her life? What do you want from her?
But I
She's
think it's watch
apologised.
television.
She's apologised to the community she offended.
But you watch television and you see black people to black people calling each other the N-word, and that is not racist?
No, because that's their word. They've taken that word back and they have every right to do it. This is the thing, like, the N word is something that we use as a negative term towards them. Actually,
No, but I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that
but
for
in the
people
black
that doesn't know, they see that and they think that, well, if they call each other that, then it must be okay.
No, but the thing is, it's rare to hear a black person say the hard R, right? I don't want to obviously say the word.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so they would never say the hard R, right? But it's their word. They've coined that back. So if you hear a black person saying it, it's because that's their word to say.
Okay, but can I just say one thing?
I'm just going to jump
Where do
down,
we go with
Tony.
this woman right now?
Thanks for letting me up.
Where do we? You're welcome. Where do we go with this woman right now?
Hello.
Yeah, Mark, I'll ask you. What do we do with her now?
Why are you so worried about somebody else?
No, but did you have the same energy when CLA used the N-word? Did you have the same energy? No, but I'm asking you, did you go with CLA this way, or because she's a creator and a bigger creator than Pearl? Can people, if you've got a big creator status, are you allowed to get away with certain things?
No, of course you're not.
And someone said CLA did apologise. So did Pearl. But Pearl didn't say the N-word. CLA said the N-word.
And to be fair,
the N-word.
she, as in CLA, like, I totally don't like CLA because of that situation. I'll never sit and watch her lives and think she's funny anymore. And she has had the police at her door and stuff like that. She actually has had the backlash of what she did.
But what I'm trying to say to you is, Pearl said orangutan, yeah? Which she has said...
Listen, how many times are you going to say this? Yes, we get the idea of what she actually
If you let me
said.
finish, Mark, without interrupting, sorry, I don't know if you got a horn in your hole or not, but if you let me finish for a second, you will understand what I'm trying to explain.
I will definitely fucking let you finish.
All right?
Oh.
Pearl has said that word, which is not the N-word, yeah?
Can I ask you?
No, let me finish, please.
Yeah.
It's a word that she called loads of white people as well. And she has said, openly admitted that she has called it to the wrong person. And she apologized to that person and to the community. And I will also apologize on Pearl's behalf if it's offended anyone from that community. But I'm saying there's people that has used the N-word on here. There is people that's been full out, been racially discriminated against on here, but they have not got the same energy for them people because they are big creators. That's as far as I'm concerned.
Tony, can I just say one thing and then I'll go?
Go ahead, Haley.
I don't get involved in all this because I just stay in my own lane. And I know racism's bad, it's bad. But I was watching a video a couple of months ago on Bridgie when she couldn't get into the hotel for her food or the restaurant. And why didn't it go on for nearly 2 days about Bridgie?
100%.
Why is it carrying on? And I know, I think it's the same. Bridgie was discriminated and what Pearl said was wrong, but it wasn't like this for Bridgie. So why is it going on and on?
Yeah.
Pearl, listen, I was in that live.
That's black privilege, because they're the only ones that seems to be can be discriminated or people can be racist to.
Right.
I'm a traveller, man. As a traveller man, we face this on a day-to-day basis. But I don't throw at people's faces to say, I'm white privileged.
Yes.
Today, I got to listen to people telling me I'm white privileged.
I was
That's
there.
bullshit.
I heard it. Well, all I was saying was, I was in that live last night and I waited for 3 hours to get in the box and I didn't. And none of Peel supporters had a chance to go in the box.
Yeah, no, because it was a hate train. But I've never seen a hate train like that on CLA. In fact, Shepherd, whatever you call her, that shepherdess woman, whatever she's called, the one who accuses men of SA, the one who jumps into paedophiles' boxes.
Yep.
Yeah? No one has made live feeds about her, have they?
Nope.
No.
Has anyone made live feeds about her?
Nope. No. I mean,
she's supporting paedophiles.
I don't follow Peel, Tony, so this isn't
She's a paedophile supporter.
Watch your words, Tony, you're going to get bananaed.
Yeah, be careful. But I don't follow Peel, but last night it was really bad. There was people in the boxes saying they were going to smash people's faces in, and it was bad, right?
Yes. It was really nasty.
Do you know what I mean? It was nasty. It got out of hand at one stage. Right, but all I'm saying, Tony, to you is I don't follow any of them, so it's not like I'm licking Peel's backside, because I'm not. But what I'm saying to you is, when I seen that video when Bridgie went to get something to eat and she couldn't get in, that is discrimination.
A lot of creators should have jumped on that, what we're facing on a day-to-day basis.
And I agree. I totally agree.
Just as much, if not worse.
Yeah, but in the life that you were before, the guy was saying to you, you lot, and I was like, 1 second, what happens? As lot white against, you know what I mean? So they can speak to us in that kind of way, but then we say whatever Pearl said, and it's, oh my God, the World War IV.
Tony, can I speak now? Is that okay?
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm just going to go back to your original question. So I'm white, and it's white privilege.
Sorry, it's been thrown at us all day. You're white and privileged, yeah? Let's go.
Yeah. So this is from what I can gather, this is what they mean by white privilege. It means we haven't had to suffer racism from being born. So
What?
Yeah, because I was talking to somebody earlier and she was saying...
I'm a victim from the second I was born. My child is victims. My children are victims. Do not tell me we are not victims from we are born. We are automatically, the second we are born into a gypsy or a traveller community, we are targeted the exact same way.
That definition isn't right.
I know I'm not saying that. I'm saying that today, when white privilege has been, it's been on numerous lives, and a lot of people are questioning what is white privilege, blah, 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 blah. And the most common thing that I've heard is that because, unfortunately, racism does exist. So for us being white, we haven't had to experience it from...
No, that's not what it is at all.
Why don't you let him explain? Because he's here, down here on the box.
Pardon?
Yeah, all right. So when I'm saying, I'm going to explain this to you one time and one only. If you don't get it, you need re-education. You need re-educating, yeah?
Emperor, listen, I'm not going to have you coming in with your dry chat. Don't tell me white privilege until you know what I faced on a day-to-day basis, until you know what my community have faced on a day-to-day basis. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do not talk to me about white privilege until you know what's what. Do you understand me? And you lot, stop referring to people as you lot. Sophie, you're more than welcome to have a speak in here. Let Sophie speak, please, people. Sorry, Sophie.
It's okay, thanks, Tony. I just want to say, I appreciate Jasmine's input in regard to what white privilege is, but it isn't nothing to do with that at all. White privilege for me, from my standpoint, is somebody who's a white person, and I've experienced it myself. I'm nearly 40 now. Somebody who's white getting a job over me, getting access to more things over me, more more options for qualifications over me, more job opportunities over me. That's nothing to do with somebody's individuality, but it's the way society looks at people.
That makes sense.
It's terrible. I've got good qualifications, and I've gone for jobs where the next candidate's been a white person. They haven't got as many qualifications as me. They haven't had the same experience as me, but because of the face of that company, because the face of that company is a majority of white people, they don't want a black person in there. And I can say from experience as well. From experience as well, my name's Sophie. People think, look, here's Sophie, and they immediately think, oh, that's a white girl. I've been into interviews where they've sort of been shocked that it's a black girl that's come in with the name of Sophie. So it's almost like they've only given me the interview or the job opportunity because they've thought my name was English. So it's not about, the oppression or anything like that, where, yes, that did happen to a lot of travellers, happened to a lot of Irish people as well. It's not anything to do with that. It's to do with how society does, unfortunately, still frowns upon black and coloured people. And I hate using the term coloured. I don't know why that word's come out of my mouth.
Can I ask you one question, Sophie? Sorry.
Of course.
Do I heard someone saying in a different live feed you have Black History Month. Is that right?
Black History Month is in October, yeah.
In October.
Yeah.
And then we've got one for the Gypsy community, which I think is the 6th of June or July. Do you know the only ones that they won't highlight is us as a traveller community? As a white traveller community, we don't have a history month.
And that's really unfair.
Yeah.
That's totally unfair.
Where was my privilege?
Yeah.
Where was my privilege?
There's no privilege in that respect, no. Yeah,
where was my privilege?
No.
Please tell me. Where is my privilege? There is nothing that celebrates Traveller Month or Traveller History or nothing like that. So where is my privilege?
Yeah. But sorry, because the best way to describe it is, not now, obviously, because I don't think it's as bad with gender, but if you look at also men and women years ago, right? Men did have more privilege than women, right? So you would have had more privilege over me than because I'm a woman and you're a man, right? But that's got nothing to do with the fact that, the side of it, me being Scottish, traveller, or whatever like that, it's more towards your gender. So it's the exact same with skin colour. That's what it's towards. It's nothing to do with your background or anything like that. It's down to the skin colour. Look down in London. All you need to do is look at poverty down in London. Majority of that is the black community, people of different race. It's not white community that's part of that.
But as far as I'm concerned, that's based on the place you walk into.
Yes.
It's based on the whole white privilege is based on the place you walk into, meaning that if I went into certain locations around London as a white male, I would be looked at different. The same way as you, as a black female, would be looked at differently in certain places. It's not one more than the other. Yeah, please believe me. It's in certain places you can be looked at differently. People need to understand that and define that it's areas, it's certain places. It's not the people ourselves. I'm not going to be tired as having white privilege when I don't have it. If I go into certain locations in my areas, or if I go and travel to certain locations, I will not sit right because I don't look like them. The same way as it works the opposite way around.
But it happens as
so
well.
It becomes to the areas, the communities in that areas.
And it is the society as well, because you go for a job and if you can show your name on the actual job, my one, because I'm a foreigner, even if I have been here more than half my life, I am not taken into consideration as much as an English person. But when I have gone to jobs on the NHS where the interviews are done, they don't have your name. You are a number. So
if your face doesn't fit in where you are, unfortunately, that's how the world is.
Yes.
And I go to certain places where my face, as a white, privileged man, I go to certain places where my face don't fit the same way as other people go to places that their faces don't fit. It doesn't matter the skin color. It doesn't matter white, black, or any color. If you're in certain places where you do not fit, you do not fit. Don't blame me as a human. Blame that area and that society in that area. Not me. Not me. Not me. If you come to my house, I'd welcome you in. I'd sit down and have food with you. If I came to your house, I'd hope you'd welcome me in. But I know the same way as you do, when we go to same different areas, we are looked at differently. That's not down to me and you.
No,
I
that's
cannot book a
society.
table without my missus putting it in her surname. And she's white and I'm white, but my surname is rejected. Do you understand what I mean? In certain areas I cannot get into. And I'm white. I do not have the privilege that has been spoken about since last night. Blame the area. Blame the racist in that area. Don't blame the white community the same way as I cannot blame the black community. Blame the people who owns the locations, who's rejecting us. We are the same. We are bleeding the same, breathing, eating, shitting the same way. There is no difference between us, apart from the areas and the people who own the places are dividing us and telling me I can't come in here because I'm this, or you can't come in here because you're that. Let's not blame each other. This is no white privilege. This is down to racist areas, not white privilege.
Sorry, can I just quickly respond to someone in the comments? I don't know what they're meaning. They're saying I need to justify the comment about London poverty. So here in Scotland, where I live, it's recognised that it's more Eastern Europeans that are targeted within poverty. They're not given, they're given low in jobs and things like that. Whereas down in London, it's very well known that different multicultures are actually more targeted based on skin colour. Rather than where they're actually from. So that's what
I am in London, and you have every single thing in London. It's like the whole bag of different things. You know, you can have black, white, different ethnicities. It's not just one more than the other.
We've got a lot of Eastern European sort of Lithuanian people. Lithuanians seem to be very successful. Polish building, they seem to be quite entrepreneurial, and they're doing very, very well for themselves. I know a lot of lads that are Lithuanian, Polish, and they're doing very, very well.
That's the thing, that when all of this Brexit came, right, they were sounding European people like, oh my God, we are devils. When actually we all come here, and most of us work.
Yeah, they're cracking on. Good lads. I use a lot of them for sort of driveways and paving and stuff like that, and they're really good lads. I pay them. They're paid well. 150, £200 a day, but they graft. They do very, very well.
The one thing I do want to say, and is the one thing that Tony did say, at the end of the day, we are all the same thing. We're all flesh and blood. We all come into the world the same way, and we all go out the same way. Yeah. I understand that there's a lot of discrimination and stuff like that, and throughout the world, throughout history, no matter where you look, there's been discrimination from the ancient Egypts, to flaming even further than that. Yeah. It's discrimination has always been there. And yes, as society and humans, we're trying to stamp it out and get rid of it. But certain things that people say do trigger other people. And that's just down to society in the way that everyone's been brought up in their own different ways. My grandfather's grandfather would see things differently to what we would see things now.
I've just got to jump in and just say something, and then I'm going to drop off. I've just seen somebody say something in the chat that says, let's face it, white people can't say anything nowadays without it being racist or discrimination. It's not about that at all. It's about being educated and understanding everyone's cultures, not just the black person's cultures. Might be an Eastern European culture, might be anybody else's culture, traveller culture, anything like that. It's about being mindful of the differences that are around you. It's not about your skin colour.
When it comes to my culture.
Sorry?
I could say the same thing.
Yeah.
As a white, privileged male, I could say the same things. I get rejected from places. I have been rejected from places. When I hear the word white privilege, I do not have that. I get kicked out of places on a daily basis. My name was actually featured, my surname was actually featured in a documentary that did not let us in. If I wear flat caps, rosy beads, or a vest, or certain ways that other people stereotype us, or pull up with a camper, with a trailer or whatever, we get judged the exact same way. So please, what I'm saying, white privilege exists to certain white people. Get that correct. Because please believe me, from my speaking on behalf of my community, I do not have white privilege. Neither does the gypsy or the traveller community.
Can I say something? Is that all right? Basically, this is my first time in here, right? And I would just like to say straight off, I'm not a racist in any way, shape or form, right? And people are saying that racism and discrimination are different, which, okay, but I'm a single mum with 2 children. I'm white. I come from Glasgow in Scotland. I live in one of the lowest poverty areas that there is. I'm on benefits. I try to work. I've been in domestic abuse situations. My son, like I say, is autistic with ADHD. Every single thing I've been through in my life, I then get a label. And because of that label, I'm then judged in a certain way. So I don't know white privilege. White privilege is something that's for the Parliament. They created it, and it's them that's creating all of this. And I think it's ridiculous that we're tarred with the same brush. You know, it's not fair that whether you're
racism is racism, Scottish, no matter what community it comes to.
Doesn't matter whether you're Scottish, English, Irish, whatever. We're all targeted with it, and it's ridiculous. But what doesn't help, excuse me, what doesn't help is when people of African descent and things like that then start throwing it around and saying, but you are racist, but we're not. We're all actually living the same thing you are to an extent. And I'm not taking away, you know, history and the things that have happened, because that's all ridiculous and terrible and it should never ever have happened. But to say that every single one of us that's white has white privilege is disgusting.
Mm-hmm. That really got to me earlier on.
Yeah. I saw how you were.
Divides. It's people that creating divides. Take away the skin colours. Take away everything else. Take away everything else.
Yep.
We're all humans. We're all going to die at some point. We're all going to end up in graveyards. We are still humans. I don't have a problem with anyone in these boxes. Anyone, no matter what their religion, what the beliefs is, what the skin colour is, I do not have a problem.
I mean, I actually have friends who are, I don't want to say this wrong and, you know, get jumped on, but are of ethnic, you know, and they're 5 times richer than me.
It's called the human race for a reason, because we're all humans. Do you understand? Yeah. It doesn't matter what family I was born into or what family you were born into. We're all the same. We all have to breed the same way. We're all the one. It's a human race.
Yep, every single one of us is fighting for the same thing. We're fighting to survive.
We're all in the same race.
Fighting for our kids.
Deep down, we're all the one. It's a human race overall. But we have been divided by other different people that's meant to be in power looking after us. They do not look after us. And this is the fights that they create between us, where we're fighting each other. We fight each other. We're all the one. We're all the one. Yeah. I don't agree with racism from anyone in 2024. It should be stamped out. Whether it's on my doorstep or your doorstep. We're all humans. We're all humans.
Yes, Tony, and you know, And you know, when we fall over and cut our knee, we all bleed red.
Listen, it doesn't, I to put it this way to you, yeah? If I see something happen to someone on the floor, I'm not going to look at them and think, oh, that's a black person, I'm not going to help them.
No.
That's someone I'm looking at that needs help. I'm going to help them. I don't care what you believe in. I'm not going to look at you like that. I'm going to help you because you're there. I'm going to help you as a human being. As a human, I'm going to help you.
But what I'm saying, Tony, is it doesn't matter what colour your skin is. If we fall over and cut ourselves, we all bleed the same colour.
No, both of you are saying exactly the same thing. You know, we are all the same in the inside.
Yes.
We are different colors in the outside, different races, different hair, different eyes. That doesn't make no difference of how
It's a
we are in the
divide.
inside.
It's a divide created by the government to make us fight each other while they keep beating the lives out of us.
Yep, well, they live in their multi-million-pound mansions.
While they live in their multi-million-pound mansions, we fight each other in boxes like this.
They are the white privilege, not us.
So they can create divides, so we can't stand beside each other. They create divides.
Tony, I'm going to jump down. I just wanted to say thanks for letting me in. And as for the peril thing, I just wanted to say everybody got off her back. The women's apologise. You can't do any more than that.
I've accepted people's apologies throughout this time and on my time since I first opened this app. I have been discriminated against from morning, noon and night, and I still get it up to this day. But I don't go against everyone, and I don't go against no one. Listen, people, we need to figure out, yeah? Your organ is just as good as mine. Your organ is just as good as mine. If someone's body needs it, it doesn't matter what colour the body is. If they need an organ, they need an organ. Would you say, I wouldn't say, well, hang on for a minute. If I died and I donated my organs, I wouldn't say, well, I don't want that to go to that person because that person is black. That would be out and out fucking racism. If I died and I did donate my organs and my organs went to anyone, it wouldn't make a difference to me as long as it saves someone's life.
Exactly.
As long as it saves someone's life.
We're all, yes, we all the same, we all bleed the same. But if there was 10 of us on a transplant list with the name I've got, with the name you've got in the background, we come off, we would be put to the bottom of the list because that's the way this goes with us.
That's not the way the list works.
Can you just tell me when I have to speak, Tony? Because I don't know who's first.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'll tell you what you can speak. You can speak now.
Oh, okay, thank you. First of all, I was attacked in that live at one point. I'm going to say it. I think, the double standards where people were saying you lot and all this kind of thing, where Luke was crucified for that, but it's okay for, other people to say it. I don't think it's education, to be honest with you. I think, education is not being attacked. And I was attacked in that live, and I have explained it. I've shown videos. I do believe, and I'm going to say this, Tony, that regarding Torian, I do believe she was protected just because of the colour of her skin. Yes,
I was thrown in. Torian brought me up last night when I said nothing, all because she thought I was from the same ethnicity as Pearl. She threw my name in for absolutely no reason. No reason. That is discrimination.
Yeah, but it's like people doesn't understand Angie either. Your child is mixed race, isn't it? Angie.
Me? No. I was with an Asian guy and they didn't accept me because of my colour of my skin.
Yeah, well, exactly. But you have a relationship and that happened. That's what I was saying before. Different cultures work in different ways. So unless we learn to speak to each other and be okay with each other, this will keep happening time and time again.
But what I'm trying to say is racism is on every side. Racism is
of course.
But I do feel that my debate that I had was about 7 hours, it was one-sided. I'm not going to lie, it was one-sided, where I do feel that the people that had in the boxes were black were saying, well, I can say you lot, I can say this, I can say that, but
you can't.
You can't. That's how I felt. And I felt I was very fair. I'm not going to lie, I thought I was very fair.
So basically, you thought it was one rule for one and one rule for another.
1,000%, yes.
Yes. Because I saw your live before, and that guy kept saying, because you lot, and I was like, 1 second. What do you mean you lot?
When I called out Torian for being racist, you know, in the debate that I held, there was excuses for that. There was an excuse. Everything I said, there was an excuse.
Because it cannot
I'm going to go in a minute.
excuses. Because if we can be racist, they can be racist. Because we are a different color. So it cannot go just one way. It goes both.
Listen, I might get backlash over this, but I want to say it.
Yeah, and can I also just say, sorry, I don't mean to overtalk you. Torian did lie. She said that we were singing in a debate that I had.
No, you were singing have been abolished.
And that MT compared her to a blackboard. That was not the case. That was not true at all.
And with the song, she was saying that you were singing the song.
We were basically saying words that were abolished, which is blackboard and black sheep.
Well, that's exactly what I was just, sorry for talking over you, I was just about to say that. When you talk about white privilege and stuff, why is it that I'm not allowed to teach my child and sing to my child black sheep? Why is it not allowed to be called a blackboard? It's got to be a whiteboard.
Then I do believe in white privilege. There was a time I didn't believe in it. I didn't agree with white privilege, but I did educate myself. I did do the research. I do believe there is white privilege now. I'm not going to lie. With you, Tony, it's it's different. You are white, but obviously you are discriminated against too because of, you know.
But you can't have white privilege and be discriminated against.
Then. But this is what I'm saying. I can understand what they're saying if it's a certain color, but the second I open my mouth, I'm getting treated the same as other ethnicities may get treated. And this is what I'm saying. Tell me where my fucking privilege is.
Why they don't call it white British privilege?
I mean, they're taking away our privileges, if we had any, by saying, well, you can't say that and you can't use that word and you can't do that. So why is it that we're racist for saying the word black, but it's no racist to say the word white?
Can I ask a question?
Because at the end of the day, it's a colour.
And I don't even have to open my mouth. It's my hat, my rosary beads, or a trailer that gets me discriminated against.
Your beard.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes, the haircut, a lot. Go ahead, Michelle, you cloud chaser.
Is this, right, I wasn't on TikTok last night, so I opened my phone this morning to everything that went on last night with Peril. I don't like swearing shepherdess, but I'm not going to get hate for this, but the way I saw that video was Peril had went on because everybody was falling out with swearing shepherdess over that petition because of the racist remarks, and then Peril had been drinking and had got that worked up that she went into that live, and then it was as if she was trying to cut off because she switched her camera on and back off when she said shut the fuck up, and then it was as if she was trying to cut it off when she said you fucking O word. Now, as a white Scottish person with not very many ethnic people round about me, I know as a 40-year-old woman that you do not fucking call people monkeys, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, but can I quickly say this to reply to Michelle, Tony, please? The thing with
Whoa!
What happened?
Whoa! Michelle just used the word M. Sorry, I don't want to say it, but the word from the animals in the zoo. She just used that word.
As he was gone.
She just used that word.
In which way though, Tony?
She's trying to explain something.
No, what I mean is she just repeating what Pearl said?
No, because Pearl said sorry, I can't even name animals right now.
Tony, she's just saying that no one, everyone. I'm sorry, but
she was trying to explain something. Why has she been kicked out?
She basically just said Pearl shouldn't use the word orangutan. We can say the word for God's sake, orangutan.
Yeah, when we're explaining something, you're not saying it to a person. Yeah. You're talking in a sentence to.
Yeah, but can I reply to that if that's okay, Tony? Pearl did not mean that in a racist way. She just meant you're acting like an orangutan. She didn't see her as a black person. She just saw her as a person.
No, but that was a racist. It had.
It's a racist word, yeah. Her mistake was saying it to a
So we cannot say now to anyone, you are you cheeky monkey, for example, right? Because it's
No,
racist.
why is it so hard to understand that they are literally discriminated against being associated with that? What's hard? It's the same
Why is it so
thing
hard for people?
black people just eat
Tony,
chicken
listen,
and water.
listen. And when Paul said that, she wasn't saying it to be racist.
I thought that orangutans were orange.
Why was Michelle taking
Sorry,
out?
can we block out the words? Anyone in the boxes using the O word or the N word referring to animals, I'm going to block you out of the chat because I'm not going to be labelled a racist.
So Tony, Pearl, I watched that whole live. Pearl said that word, right? Not to be racist, but she said as you're acting like an orangutan, you're acting like them, and I will repeat the word because I'm just explaining it. She said, that's what she meant, okay? She shouldn't have said it to a black woman. That's the mistake she made.
So if I want to use the N word, if I'm just explaining it, am I allowed to use the N word?
Yes, you can, because you're not saying it to a person.
Can I ask the people? Can I ask the people in the chat if I want to say the N word? If I'm just explaining, can I use it?
Yeah, you can, Tony, because you're explaining it to a group of people. You're not saying it to
No.
Orangutan is a goddamn animal. It's an animal. It's not
Angie. Let me tell Tony, if you're saying it to a group of people and explaining something, you can say it. If you say it to an individual in a heated argument, then you are.
I'm trying to get to the point. If I'm explaining a word,
it's not racist.
Am I allowed? It's not.
No, because you're not saying it to an individual.
No, what in a heated argument. I don't say the N-word. That's not right. I'm sorry, that's not right. No white person should be using the N-word. Full stop. If it's
we're talking about the N-word, Top Girl. It's not saying the animal.
All right, the N-word or the M.
Yeah. The N-word. Sorry, I'm afraid to use certain words right now.
No, it's fine. No, I don't think anybody should be saying it. I don't even think black people should be saying the N-word.
Can I, sorry, because I'm going to drop out so you can get other people in, but can I just explain one thing that definitely proves white privilege, right? So I work in the makeup industry, right? And I get people of colour coming into my work a lot, and it's always a struggle for them with certain brands for makeup. And I know that might sound really stupid, but can you imagine if you're a makeup lover and all you want to do is wear foundation and you can't find the right undertones and things like that? It's either red or whatever, right? Or you have to stick to certain brands, but then you don't like that foundation and things like that. And I know that sounds really stupid, bear with me with it, but that just shows like companies don't care about different skin color. They only care about.
I think that's been a big issue as well, hasn't it, Courtney? And to be more inclusive to the wider community, so everybody feels like they have something to use.
But they also have their own companies. Come on.
But again, that's multi-billion-dollar companies. That's not your average person.
Top Girl, can I ask you a quick question, right? Do you feel that we've become, like I said in my debate, we've become such a woke society that we're all scared about saying the wrong thing? Do you not think it should be about education? Obviously, we know not to say the N-word and we know not to say certain words. That I get. But, abolishing, black Baba, black sheep and the blackboard, do you think, do you get what I'm saying?
I think that was, personally, me personally, this is my own opinion. I think that nursery rhymes is a bit too far, because we're saying it to children who are very innocent, and they will only be perceived racist if you are taught you are teaching your child that this is something that it's not. But
if you look at the comments, people are scared to say this and that. They're scared to say the wrong word.
The thing is though, because saying the N-word is racist, because we
all know that. No one should ever use the N-word, but we're talking about certain things, like a nursery rhyme or the word blackboard. People are scared.
Yeah, but half of the time it's as well to who you say the stuff, because I'm being told numerous times, you effing foreigner, la 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 la, right? But I just look at them and I keep going, because I can just not be bothered with the shit from some people. So sometimes it's about how other people takes it.
I mean, my 5-year-old said to me, we were playing Barbies last night, and she said to me, "Oh, that Barbie's," and I said, "You can't say that." and she's trying to have fun and play Barbies, and it's like, it's ridiculous.
What can I ask you what word to use? Don't say the whole word if it's a slur.
No, well, it was the colour, so it was, she said brown, and I went, oh, darling, you can't say that.
What
But then how else is she supposed to, at 5 years old, describe, because she doesn't know what racism is, she doesn't know.
I feel like if a child's saying something like that and they're describing something, they're saying it in an innocent way. It's us adults who make it known to a child, or if you're going to call somebody walking down the street a brown pea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We're all terrified, and we're bringing our kids up to be terrified to use any of these words.
If a child's explaining something to the parents or something like that, I don't think kids are innocent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, where are these children getting it from school? Because some kids getting it from their parents.
Their parents.
In Scotland now, they've now just passed a new law where
we
can't actually say things even within our own home without being arrested.
Can I just say? Yeah, hi. I think what everyone's not understanding is that context is important. Like, I don't think any person of colour is going to crucify a child for saying their doll's brown. Nobody's going to do that. The same thing with blackboards. I've never heard that before. You know, in school, we said whiteboards because that's what they were. We didn't have blackboards. That wasn't a thing when I was in school. But yeah, I think
we did.
context is
I got
important.
slapped with
It's
that
the context
chalkboard
of what we're using these words that's important.
Is there certain things as whiteboards?
Yes.
I'm putting in a racist complaint in the morning.
Yep.
No, but in the schools, they are called whiteboard.
Being white privileged,
they are
I
white.
don't want a fucking whiteboard being there.
And Tony, can I just say something regarding the travelling community? As you all know, I did say a word, the P word, a long time ago. Now, you can believe what you want, that's your opinion, right? But I knew what it meant, but not what it referred to. And I think there's not enough education around the travelling community.
No, it's not.
You know how many messages I got to say to me they didn't know what the P word meant, or it meant that, or it meant that. They didn't really know.
Hang on for a minute, forget about that for a second. 1 second, yeah? They changed the blackboard to whiteboard.
No, they didn't do that because they're too
it is a whiteboard now instead of blackboard.
A blackboard is like you use chalk on a blackboard. A whiteboard you use pen, or if it's interactive, you would use.
But they got rid of the blackboards because of that. The same as Baba Black Sheep.
Different thing.
So now it's a whiteboard.
It's a whiteboard now, Tony.
Yeah, but a whiteboard's a different thing.
But that's what I was saying. So if somebody says to me, "You white whatever," does that then mean that they're being racist to us?
How dare they insult my white privilege by creating a fucking whiteboard?
And can I just say, somebody after me just asking,
minute,
asking you about that comment with my daughter, somebody in the chat's just said, "Please go educate yourself."
The boards have always been there.
Seriously,
it's ridiculous.
Can I speak for just a moment, please?
Yes, sorry.
The only thing that you can hear from me, other than my bit of a profile picture, is my voice. I
can tell you're white privileged.
But Tony, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm half traveller. Whether, I do live in a very white privileged area. Very. I do have, my brother-in-law is Indian. I have all sorts of cultures within my family. And I totally agree with Angie. A huge amount of this is very, very, very easy to jump on a bandwagon and follow other people's opinions without reading about them and educating yourself about different cultures. While everybody's arguing between each other, it's like you said before, Tony, it's like it's a war between everybody. Nobody's happy with anybody. You go out, you're wary in case you say the wrong word. And why? We're all individuals.
I'm afraid I'm alive to walk out now to the shops wearing my black shoes.
Tony, stop being sarcastic. If you're going to have a decent conversation with people, stop being sarcastic and patronising.
Who's speaking?
His life, he can do what he wants.
History happened. History happened.
Sorry.
It was me.
History didn't happen and it shouldn't have happened. But what we're saying is, do not tar all of us with the same brush.
No, and what happened going way back should never have happened. It shouldn't have. But instead of people, every cultural group sitting down and understanding it, the Irish were lower than the blacks. The blacks were higher of a status. They were bred. The Irish were bred with the blacks
and
to
still
produce.
To this day,
you know,
they are.
And you know, that's awful. It's horrible, and I hate saying that. My family, you know, looking back, part of them were hop pickers. Part of them came from France and Jersey and were shipped over to the UK in a Red Cross ship because the Nazis were invading Jersey. None of us, all of us should learn about each other's cultures and stop the arguing and the bickering. And if somebody says something wrong or that's deemed to be wrong nowadays, it's okay to accept that apology because, like Pearl, I didn't see the live, but I have seen her today, dreadfully upset. And you can see that she's upset. And quite rightly, like Tony said, if she went and did something to herself because of all of this, because she's so traumatized by what she actually said, you know, she didn't mean it. I personally believe that she didn't mean it in the way that it was taken.
I think there was words of racist on this app that they could have went at, but no. They jumped on Pearl because of a hate reason. And basically, that's exactly what. But they'll turn a blind eye to a lot of other racists on the app. But the second, swearing shepherdess laughed about it.
Swearing shepherdesses are wrong.
One of the races at the moment that is persecuted like hell in their own country.
Tony, can I just quickly say
Aborigines.
that person likes as well? I do believe Laura is weaponizing what Pearl has said. She's using it as a weapon. Now, if I had said it, I'm not going to lie, I would have been crucified 10 times more than what Pearl
She laughed about it. Laura laughed about it. The second I heard that word, I was happy that you fucked up. That ain't someone that's offended by racism. That's someone who has a personal vendetta against someone else.
Yeah, and Torian has a vendetta against me and it's called me a racist.
Yeah.
For the same reason, because of vendetta. She's not thinking about the racism side. The same reason.
It's almost like we are going back to Germany in the World War.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, Tony, can I just say nobody ever jumped on. I don't like swearing shepherd. I think she's a wrong one. I think she's a racist as well. I don't think Pearl is a racist, but I feel like that comment that she made had racist context to it. And no, let me finish. I've gone on Angie's life and defended the gypsy community. Ask Angie, she's here in the box, because I know the gypsy community have gone through the same bullshit that I go through in a daily basis. So we didn't jump on Pearl because she's a gypsy. We jumped on Pearl because it was wrong what she said, and we educated
a certain trader couldn't wait for her to turn something in to something it wasn't. And as far as I'm concerned, I will say this in front of 1,900 people. Pearl apologized because of how much backlash she got out of it.
No. She apologized because she knew it was wrong.
Sorry, I know in my heart, Pearl did not mean that in a racist way, in any way, shape or form. And I will stand by her until the blood runs out of my body.
Only I agree, but let's speak facts now. If that was me, I would have been crucified.
100%, Angie, you would have. And I would probably be the first one to tell you.
Can we also ask Tony, what about what Torian said and called a black woman a bounty, a racist slur?
Yeah, listen, no, because we're white privileged. We're white privileged. We bypass that. We're white privileged. It's fine.
This is what I'm saying. What about the racism from Torian? You know, I've got the videos.
I'm going to go now.
Andy, I feel like you're getting a bit obsessed with Torian. We're talking about something different, and you're bringing Torian.
I'm not obsessed, Taco.
Thanks for having me.
1 second. I'm ending part 1. We're going to come back for part 2 in the next 15